Does anyone actually understand this team?
Wow. You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on! I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Blackhawks just got done playing their 39th game of the season. First game since their little Christmas holiday break, playing the Islanders at home, and the Blackhawks come away with the big win. That's right, the Blackhawks beat the Islanders 5-2 after losing to the Devils 7-1. What is it with this team? One thing that could explain it would be the fact that the Blackhawks have Robin Lehner on their team. Lehner absolutely fantastic tonight, made 39 saves out of 40 shots. Lehner may be exceptionally poor in shootouts, but he is exceptionally good facing his old team. He was on the Islanders last year. I don't know why they let him go, but Blackhawks picked him up, and it couldn't have worked out any better, especially tonight. In fact, that makes me think, what if the Blackhawks traded Lehner to every team and then brought him back? Would we go undefeated? Hold on, wait a second. That's a terrible idea. Better idea. What if we hypnotize Lehner to think he's played on all the other teams? Yeah, a lot less moving parts that way. Let's do that. Just give us all the cups then. All right, brainstorming session over. Let's talk about the game. Blackhawks, I thought, came out very well in this game. They looked fresh. They had their legs going. First period, it showed, but unfortunately, they did give up the first goal of the game just over 5 minutes in. Islanders on the rush. It was a 3-on-3 essentially, but Jakubczak, being the first forward back, needs to assume that centerman defensive position, and well, he's not used to doing that. He doesn't follow his guy all the way towards the back post, and it ends up being a tap-in for Johnston, who we'd hear a lot of later in the game. This was his basically highlight of the night. So the Islanders go up 1, but the Hawks would strike back. And who else would score it? You guessed it, none other than rookie defenseman Dennis Gilbert. And where else? The slot, obviously. Blackhawks with a fantastic shift, movement all around, really cycling the puck well, defenseman getting in to the mix, and that's how Gilbert got into the slot area. He gets the pass and puts a backhand 5-hole, and the Hawks have tied this game at 1. 2 minutes after that, the Blackhawks would take the lead thanks to Patrick Kane creating a turnover in the offensive zone. Kane would get the puck to Jakubczak, who would give it back to Kane, who would then give it back to Jakubczak. Nobody expected any of that, and by the way, this all happened in a lot of traffic. I don't know how it worked, but it did. Jakubczak swats at the puck, and it goes in past Grice. Hawks up 2-1, but they were not done, because 2 minutes after that, the Blackhawks would extend that lead thanks to a good shift from the Doc, Strome, and DeBrincat line. Good offensive zone time and cycling, and DeBrincat would get the puck. He would take it into the high slot, and he would just snipe it by Grice. And the Hawks are up 3-1, and that's 3 goals in 11 shots, which means Grice is out of here. Now, on the surface, everything seems awesome. But with Grice coming out, that means Varlamov is coming in, and Varlamov is like a brick wall when he faces the Blackhawks, so this might have been a bad trade. However, the Hawks did score 3 goals and ended up not needing any more, so crisis averted. So the Hawks up 3-1 going into the second period, and the second period would be a very strong pushback period for the New York Islanders. They would outshoot the Hawks 16-8 in that period, but the Hawks would stand tall, kind of a bend-don't-break type of game in that period. It works out. Robin Lehner, absolute stud in that period. No goals were scored, which means Hawks up 3-1 going into the third. And then 50 seconds into the third period, Jonathan Toews, showing everyone how it's done, steals the puck in the neutral zone, takes it into the offensive zone. Curl Drake snipe it by Varlamov, and the Hawks are up 4-1. Basically takes away any thought of a comeback by the Islanders, seals this game. Highmore would score a goal later on in the third period to make it 5-1, and then the Hawks would give up a shorty, which I would love for the Hawks to stop doing that at some point. Final score 5-2. So a nice bounce back win for the Hawks right after the holiday break, and at home as well, which Hawks haven't been all that great at home this year. It's nice to get the win there, get the Chelsea dagger flowing. And for as poor of a performance as it was against the Devils, You look at the last 6 games, the Hawks have now won 4 of them, which is a nice trend. Somehow the Hawks are staying within arm's length of that playoff spot despite having some key injuries. And unfortunately, we would get some bad news regarding those injuries over the holiday break. We learned that Calvin DeHaan would be out for the rest of the season because he's getting shoulder surgery on that same shoulder that he had surgery on this past offseason. So that's not good. Then we also learned that Brandon Saad would be out for 3 weeks with his ankle injury. That's not good. But both of those players, we kind of knew that those announcements were going to be coming. So that wasn't really too much of a shock. But the real shocker was that it was announced that Brent Seabrook would also be out for the rest of the season. He's getting not only shoulder surgery, but surgery on both his hips. That's pretty nuts. But everyone is expected to be back for a 2020 training camp, so maybe it'll work out. Who knows? We can only hope. Now, for the few non-injured guys left on the roster, their next game is Saturday in Columbus. They get to play a pretty hot Blue Jackets team. It would be nice to see the Hawks get some consistency, build off this win, and maybe start a little bit of a winning streak. But we'll see. Until then, thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.